Before we get into the video, please hit the like button because I'm not a patient person, but I've been patient for this video. Please enjoy. I'm here, baby. I am. You can't see me.
There you are.
There I am.
Mom,
Huh?
God, plenty.
I do have plenty, Baba. Here, take from Mama and put. There you go.
Mom, it broke because there was plenty Mary.
It's okay, Baba. We're gonna fix it. Okay, let's go. Welcome back to another video. This video, I waited and I waited for months to do it. I know I could have gotten mealies from the bucky in the street, but I decided to grow my own in my garden for this video. So please enjoy the video. So first we are going to make a beef stew. Just mix our oil and fry some onion. Just let it cook for 2 minutes. It doesn't need to cook through because it's going to finish cooking with the meat. I am so excited for this video. You have no idea. And the amount of people that have been asking me for this recipe, I've been saying it's coming soon, it's coming soon. It's finally here. Okay, it's finally here. So let's get right into it. Now we're just gonna take our onions out. Don't want them to overcook before we fry the meat. I was actually supposed to put the meat first, but then it's okay. It tasted amazing. So let's get going. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Now we just take our onions that we fried for 2 minutes. There's some cornstarch. We're just gonna put it into our meat just to help it to crispy outside and to turn a nice golden color. And also you don't have to add another thickening agent later on because this one will stick with the rest of it. We're just using one pot for everything. For frying, we take out, we put something else and like that. Now we're just gonna fry the meat both sides until it's like a golden brown color, and that's it. Look at that. Look at that color. It's starting to do its thing. Here we're not trying to cook it through because it's gonna finish cooking with the rest of the ingredients in the stew. You can also serve the mealie bread with oxtail. You can also serve it with some tripe. Anything that's got a gravy, you can serve it with this. It's like a dumpling actually. There's some carrots. I had these giant carrots, so I just used 2 of them. And then this is some sweet potato, some orange sweet potato. You can also use the white sweet potato. It's absolutely fine. Just keep mixing at the bottom of the pot to make sure that no meat is burning and it's getting stuck at the bottom. So also with the spices, I just used some few spices that I have in my kitchen, but you can also use whatever you use for your stew. Whatever spices you have, you can use them. It does not have to be a replica of this. I do not say go and buy this specific spice because it's a stew. Whatever flavors that you put in, that's what you get, and it will taste amazing. But I thought these were nice and simple but delicious spices to use for this stew. some salt. And if you taste a bit later and you still need to add a bit more salt, you can. And we can also add some chili into this. That's absolutely fine. It's just with a small person that's eating with, it's difficult to know how much chili you put. So we end up putting in the plate. So if she's not eating what I'm cooking, then I just put the chili in the pot. Just keep frying. Just keep frying. We're just cooking the carrots and the sweet potato a bit before adding the rest of the ingredients. We have some garlic because garlic always does something to your meat. You know what I'm talking about. If you love cooking like me, then you know a bit of garlic never hurts. It hurts when it's too much and now you start smelling like garlic, but like this is controlled. Then we put back our onions and then we continue frying everything together. Some red wine right in there. You don't have to put the red wine. Just for flavor, I added it, but you don't have to. This is chicken stock that I made and I put in the freezer for a rainy day, and the rainy day arrived. There's some rosemary from my garden, of course, and you don't have to put the rosemary. You can also put the dry one if you have the dry one. But as I say, for me, cooking is about experimenting. You put different things. And next time I cook a stew, it might not be the same. And that's fine. There are no rules on enjoy cooking with joy. You just cook. Unless you're baking, then there's rules to follow. There's another brinjal from my garden as well. I know. I love saying that because I've always wanted to have a garden since I was small. So now that I have and I get vegetables from my garden, I always have to mention that it's from my garden. So are the tomatoes as well. They're from my garden. And just grated them and froze them. Now, convenient to use them. So easy, yet so delicious. Now we're just gonna put some tomato paste. That's a 50-gram packet of tomato paste. Just to give it a nice zoom and some color as well. Then just mix everything together so that it can continue cooking until it is done. Check that out. Look at it. It is so rich. It is so full of flavor. It is so thick. And yeah, that's it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for this stew. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That's it. Now we go to the main actor. Yes. Look at the mealies from my garden, y'all. Look, how fresh is that? How fresh can it get? Look. Was it worth the wait? Yes, it was. Oh, getting so emotional. Oh, I am so excited. Oh, look at that. Pick it from the garden, you come in, you grate it, and it just, because sometimes the bucky, you don't know how long it's been there. So you buy it, you get home and it's like hard. So I really wanted this, and I've been keeping my eye out on the mealies so that when they are just ready, then I pick them. And the day finally arrived. Now we just grate all the mealies. So I think I ended up using 8, but they were small mealies, they were not big. So I think if you're using bigger mealies, it will probably be 4, but you need to end up with 3.5 cups of the grated mealie. So this was just the one, and then we just continued with the process until all of them amounted to 3.5 cups of grated mealies. It looks like amasi. It was just, oh, yes. Can you tell that this is one of my favorites video? Can you tell? Can you tell? How can you tell? Some baking powder and some flour. But if you are using self-raising flour, then you don't need to put the baking powder. You can just put your 2 cups of flour without the baking powder. And then I also put some sugar just to give it a bit of variety to the taste. It's not just like one taste, it's got a little bit of this and that. And then we put it in there, and of course you need some salt and some pepper, because seasoning is very important for any food. And then we just mix everything together. I had put half a cup of water and half cup of milk together, but then I only needed half, so then I just said half a cup of milk, and that's fine. If you don't have milk, you can also just use water, that's fine. The milk just helps it to be a bit nice and fluffy, not so heavy. So I thought I was going to use this whole thing. I ended up just using half of it. And it just makes it. It's so simple. It doesn't take long to do. It's a matter of just gathering all your ingredients together. And yeah, there you go. So another way of steaming them, you can also put them in a, is it called a colander? Yes, you can put them in the colander and then put the leaves like you're going to see me doing now in my bamboo steamer. And it also works. You can just pour the whole thing inside your colander on top of the leaves and steam it in your pot. There's my bamboo steamer. It comes in handy whenever I want to steam something, whether it's dumplings. So now I'm just using my skins from the mealies that I took out. So I didn't use the outside part, I used the inner skins because they're a bit softer. And then just spread it all over your steamer. So you can do this in your colander, put your leaves, and then pour this whole thing inside the colander. Because the colander is a bit bigger than the steamer, then you can just do it once off. Here I had to do 2 because it wasn't so big and I didn't want it to puff up and come out while it was steaming. So putting the leaves also gives it that mealy taste properly. I don't know if you get it, but try it and then you'll know what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness, finally this video is here. Stick with Enjoy Cooking with Joy and you will never go wrong. All your favorites in one place from all over the world, people. I've been looking for this recipe for so long and I couldn't find. I found some cornbread that was baked and stuff, but I wanted this one. This is it. This is the real deal. Some people that have seen my pictures when I did it before, they're like, oh, that it reminds me of my grandmother. My grandmother used to make this. Oh, how do you make it? And I said, okay, this one, it reminds me of my mom and all of that. And I was like, okay. The funny part is that when I was small, I didn't like the steamed bread. Now we just steam it for 25 minutes and you just put a knife to see if it's ready or not. So if the knife is coming out still muddy sort of, then it's not ready. But if it's coming out clean, then it is ready. I didn't like it when I was small. When I was pregnant, that's when I started liking it. And now it's my favorite. It's really one of my favorite things to eat. So please don't forget to try this recipe. Once you've tried it, come back, tell me about it, like the video, and share it. I know there are a lot of people that are wanting to try this, so please share it with them. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much. Now we're just going to cut it and serve it with our beef stew that we made earlier. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Nothing too fancy, no fancy equipment, except for this bamboo steamer. But as I mentioned, you can also use a colander for it to steam it. So it doesn't have to be, this is it, the real deal. So don't be too excited like I was. I started cutting it when it was hot. You can also just leave it for a few minutes to cool down and then cut it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.